Now, yesterday, the government announced 40 new clinics across the country which will be dedicated to treating long COVID. This is where patients continue to suffer serious after effects months after the disease has gone. But while research is already underway to understand the condition in adults, paediatricians and parents say the impact on children is being ignored. You may find the images in Nicola Haseler's report distressing.
Fatigue, fevers, swallowing problems, nerve pains.
These are some of the youngest faces of long COVID.
My head was hurt and my tired and my tummy hurt.
A series of debilitating symptoms that were not thought to affect children.
My tummy and I think my heart was like a little bit hurt.
They caught COVID in March and are still poorly.
It stops us from doing a lot of the things that we enjoy that before getting COVID we could do without any problems.
All 5 of Charlie's children have been affected by COVID.
We were told that children didn't get it, or especially my 4-year-old, and yet she was the sickest out of all of us. I mean, she cried every day for 4 months with pain in her tummy. She barely got out of bed. She lay on the sofa for days.
Official figures show very small numbers of children being hospitalised with acute COVID. But those who had it mildly, followed by months of aches, lethargy and fevers, have not been included in any data on long COVID.
I saw a GP last week, and despite the BMJ article in October about counting long COVID in children, she said to me there is no evidence that long COVID exists in children. So to gain the support and the resources that I need to find out what is wrong with my 3 children is just so difficult.
Many of them have disabling symptoms that, 7, 8, 9 months on from that initial wave, they're still ill and they're not getting better, and we don't have any answers.
The NHS has just announced it will open 40 long COVID clinics, 6 of which will be in the East. But at present, there's no provision for children.
We've been preoccupied with its impact on adults. That's reflected actually in the funding from government and major foundations on research in children. We need clinics to look for and sort of anticipate the problems of kids that have had COVID so that they're not neglected and that problems don't get worse.
For parents, it's the uncertainty of not knowing when and if their child will recover.
Muscle aches and pains, heartburn.
Nicola Haseler, BBC Look East.